It's Susan, and welcome to my next installment of my Project 52. And I'm up to week 12. It's hard to believe that 12 weeks have passed by since I started this, but there it is. We're at week 12. What I did, like I did in the previous one, is that I already added the pictures, so we didn't have to take time picking pictures and deciding where they needed to go. I use the same technique that I use for the backgrounds. Drag it on, Option Command G to clip it to the photo, and then later on I'll hit Command E, which will merge the layers together. So today we are working with, again, this will be our last week that we're going to be working with Colie's Corners, Love This Life. This is the last week. We're using the fourth template from Dagi's templates, Dagi's Temptations, Day by Day number 10. We're on the fourth. So this is what it looks like when you get it. And this is where I have it right now. I've put in the pictures. I also don't typically use these little borders here. So I took those off. I took the title off over here because I'm going to put my titles in different places. And I hit save. I saved it week 12, March 18th to 24, instead of Dagi, so that I didn't save over it. So remember, when you're using your templates, save as, not save. Save as first, and then you can hit save. So we're all set up and ready to go. We're gonna get the papers next, and then we'll get scrapping. All right, have all the papers open, and let's get started. We'll start with the bottom layer, like always, and I'm still using the same color, kind of to make the months match. I've always felt that was really cool to do that. Alright, so we got our background, and then we have to decide where we're going to have the journaling. And I think that the best place is for here, because there are some things I need to describe in a little bit more detail. So I'm going to cover up this journal card place, and I try to use the same color for the journaling for each of the 4 weeks too. So journaling is going to be green, and I have last week's open, so I can just go ahead and take all of the font characteristics and things right over. And yes, it's spilling over, so I'll have to, obviously we're going to make it a little bit smaller, and there's going to be less there, but there we go. Let's close off that. So we've got this. So these papers, I want to have something to do with the green, and I just love this paper. It's got a lot of fun visual interest to it. So I'm going to put that one in. I love it right next to that. And I'm going to do this one the same one. I think. I might change it. Who knows? I don't bring the red in very often, so I think I'm probably going to do this one as the red. And I will do this one. Let's see if we have a somewhat plain, but not really plain. I think we'll do the polka dots. So polka dots here. And I'm not sure that I like having doubles there. And the polka dot's a little too overwhelming next to that. So I'm going to try for this one. I've got a fun little green one there. That's too close to that one. So here I go, fanoodling again. And then if I'm going to do that, I want to pull the greens over closer. And let's see, maybe these are just the plains. Not ready to give in to plain yet. Don't want to do stripes. Maybe what about this one? This one, is red, and then we don't have to use the plain one. Not that plain is bad, but I find that when I use too much plain, the layout is just kind of blah. So I'm wondering about this one. I'm going to give this one a try. I haven't used it all 4 of the weeks, so why not? Let's try something different. And definitely have to show the reds because we're doing red over here. That's kind of fun, and it takes into account the black that's behind there too. And if I do this one again, I can do it from a different part of that. There. I like that a lot. And then we save this right here for the more plain paper. So let's go back up, and I think I'm going to do a plain of this turquoise-ish. Not quite. No. We'll do the yellow there. Nope, that doesn't work either. We have to do one color that it's not touching. Let's try this one. We won't use that. And I'll tie in with the other one there. And then we'll use the yellow here. Here I go again with my matchy-matchy. It's kind of an interesting corner. I like that. Let's get down to our patterns and see what other pattern we might. Now, since we're using bold patterns, I'm actually thinking I'm going to use the bold stripe here too. I don't normally use the real bold patterns, but I think this might be the time to use that. Yeah, I like that a lot. And let's pull this down. So yeah. And let's take a look at what I've got here. I've got kind of pinks and reds right there in the picture. So what might go fairly well with that? This is pretty bold. Let's give it a try and see. That could work. Let's try this one. Since I'm using all the big bold colors, maybe it might be a good idea to have a bold there too. Making it tough on myself now. I think since all of these, this has dark in it, this is dark, I think since all of them have dark, I think that one's going to work. Although the other one is a bigger paper. My husband used to tell me, or he still tells me, that you have to know what the rules are in order to break them. And I was trying to set up a rule here where I used all big and bold. But this is bold, and it's somewhat big, and it matches more with the colors that are there. So I think that as a whole, the background papers work. Yeah. So let's go on to the elements. Yay, now we have all the fun goody times. And I went ahead and did my week title beforehand, so we didn't have to worry about sizing and playing all those games with it. So this is where I'm going to put it this week. I'm going to put it right here. Kind of covers up that white space there, and it gives it a little bit of bold contrast there. So we close that one up, and now we go back to our elements here. And I used the black button last week, so I'm going to use the blue, listen to me. I'm going to do the green button this time. And again, you know me, make them small, buttons, they have to be small. I really honestly don't know what it is about it, but we just go with what we are, right? It's not hurting anybody. And we'll put the buttons right here. We have buttons there, and I really don't have any buttons anywhere else. I may do a little cluster or something over up here. Up here where we are. Whoa! Some guy decided he wanted to move out of the way. That was weird. I must have been clicking down when I did my little swoosh. Let's fix that right away. Okay, now, what do? Save. Make sure we save. I think these are still a little bit too big. Make them a little smaller. I'm thinking of making them smaller and then making it 3. I like the rule of 3. And then I'm going to make sure that they're all lined up on the right. And then I'm going to make sure they're spaced out. Okay, good. Right now, I think that I am going to cluster up here. Huh, only one came over. That was interesting. Let's try again. 1, shift, hold the shift key down and select them all. And let's see. It's just kind of silly to have them just sitting there, huh? Maybe in the middle. Maybe down here. Right now I'm not sure. So whenever I'm not sure, delete. Alright, so I want to use, here's all my flowers. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to use which flowers I'm going to use. I'm going to use again, since I'm using a lot of red in here, I'm going to use it this week, and I'm going to put it down here. Little word art action going here. And then I'm going to give that a little bit of a drop shadow. And I'm actually thinking, instead of having the word art here, getting rid of that, whoops. I'm really having a fun time this week, aren't I? There we go. I'm actually thinking of using some washi tape. I don't use it, I used it last week and I thought it kind of worked. I thought it was cute. So I'm thinking maybe instead of a word art, put a little swoosh of a washi tape here. And I like that. Now I still have to decide what I'm going to put in this chevron here. If I'm going to use her chevron that she has. And it might be interesting to use this one this time. I've been using the other one for all the weeks. Let's see what this one does. So I'm going to get rid of this. Pull you down, up, and you need to be above. I'm in a weird mood today. Forgive all of my fun, happy, weird things going on. Alright, now this is definitely an acrylic. So I want to have it. There we go. We got that going. Now the last thing, we need to decide what elements I want to do in place of these hearts, because I never seem to use the hearts. I don't know exactly why, but the hearts just... I could use another font, not a font, but another paper. Let's see. We go back one. And what if we took a paper and made a flower, a heart? My brain is just not here today. I apologize. It's crazy. What if I were to make a heart out of the red? Would that work? Would that be something you like? could be. I haven't done that before. It's an awful lot of red in that corner. I'll leave that one for now, and let's go back to our elements. Maybe I just want to tie something on there with a ribbon. Obviously, I need to make it a lot smaller. Maybe turn it a little. Not a lot, but just a little. Get rid of the heart. And pull it to the top so that it's over the papers. And use a button. Hold it down. That's not all that visually interesting. What if we put it on top of the heart? Would that make that more interesting? Yeah, I think it would. Make it a little smaller. Okay. Now, Colie does have, I don't know if that's really her name. I probably shouldn't say it that way, but she has these little hearts. I don't think it's really gonna, nah. You can barely see it there. Alrighty, ready. Righty, lefty. Maybe I'll put a flower there. Never heard anything to put a flower on top of something like that, right? I don't know how big it needs to be. That'll work. It'll still allow some of the color to come out. I think I want to have a different flower color though. I think I'm going to do the brown flower. Okay. So we have the name, we have the title, we have this area taken care of, we have this little flower here, we have the acrylic, we have the little washi tape, and we have it this week. So it looks like we have just the flowers left. So let's go head on and grab some flowers. And we are screaming into the last innings here. We're going to work on the flowers next. And I was wondering about this. Maybe moving this week over here, moving it over here, and putting the flower cluster over here. I don't know, because we have a flower there, it kind of overwhelms that corner to me. And you know what, we don't even really need to have the flowers here, because we know what we're doing. Haha, we think we know what we're doing. My computer's running really slowly today. Alright, so let's start with this one down here. And obviously, this one's way too big. Little small there. Alright. Don't want to cover up my beautiful wedding ring. I just love it. Just like I love my hubby. It's the perfect one for me. I have a lot to be thankful for to God, especially as Easter is coming. Alrighty, now let's see. Let's have one of the fun flowers here. Let's do this one. I won't sing it, but I have one of my daughter's favorite songs in my head right now, and I just cannot get it out. It's just going over and over and over and over again. She's so lucky. I love her. All right, I almost don't want to do anything more over there. Maybe get a ribbon. The old curly ribbon there. Which is actually quite a big curly ribbon, but we make it smaller. All right. And then we have some kind of a flower arrangement to do here, so that we get some leaves. And I think maybe it's a good idea to fill kind of this area where just the granite is showing. I still can't believe that that's our house. We bought a house a year ago, and it's still so hard to believe. It's such a gift. So excited. See? You need to go... Wow, you need to go way below. There we go. Nice little flower there. And I don't want to cover up this picture. This is a picture of my daughter's baptism. And this picture actually is all about her baptism day, when we celebrate every year the day that she was baptized as her spiritual birthday, and we recognize her regular birthday, her physical birthday, when she came to us. But this week we celebrated her spiritual birthday, and these are my favorite flowers, Austromeriums. This is Saint Therese of Lisieux, who is a patron saint of my daughter. And this is a plate that I got. It's called This Is Your Special Day. And it used to have a mug, but the mug fell on the granite and broke into a million pieces when we first moved in here. And this is a picture of my mom and dad celebrating on our Alaskan cruise. And both my mom and dad sadly have passed in the last few years. And we wanted to keep them in the celebration. So that's why that is there. And butterflies remind us of my mom. So now that you've heard all of that, let's get back to what we're supposed to be doing here, which is making this wonderful layout look absolutely gorgeous and remembering this time in our life, this week in our life. I'm actually going to put you under that flower. There you be there. Okay. Me and my ribbons and bows, I know. I really just love the curly ribbon. Curly ribbon just makes me happy. I used to love to make it whenever my mom wrapped presents. I used to be there with the scissors and wanting, can I curl it? Can I curl it? Please, can I curl it? Yes, you may curl it. My mom used to let me do it. She was so perfect at it, though. I never could get it quite as perfect as she did. All right, we have one more flower cluster here, and I'm just going to get rid of these. Don't know why it is taking so long to delete. I'm going to have you down here too. I knew I wanted to have a third flower in here. I can't really see it though. That's because it's behind everything. Alrighty. We're getting to the point where we're almost done. We have this one last area to go here. And we need to drag you. So looks like I'm giving my mom a little crown here, crown of flowers. I think we're just going to have a little bit here, a little flower there. Oops, we don't want the big one, we want the little one. Little flower here. And definitely something needs to go up here. That is patently obvious. Did I use that right? I think I did. But we definitely need something in that area. And we have used this life before, but I like it a lot because this is our life. It's a wonderful life. God gave us so many gifts, and that really does celebrate, in my mind, what we are. Okay, so we have all of the pieces of the template taken care of, and I'm going to back out for a minute and I'm going to look really deeply at our layout and see if there's something else that we need to do. So I'll be right back. While I was gone, which was just a breath of time for you, I think I decided that we're done. I did do my journaling. This week started out with a mommy and daughter day, getting our nails done. That's right here and right here. She had TARDIS blue and I did hot pink. We also did the normal things we usually do, brunch and mass on Sunday, and this was getting ready to go. And unfortunately, Mike is still working long hours. While looking through boxes, I found this beautiful picture of my mama, Melissa, and me at a Magnificat breakfast, and I wanted her in my week. Finally, I included a picture of a drawing that Melissa had made and a beautiful flower I wished grew in Las Vegas. So thank you for being with me, and we'll catch you again real soon. If you like what you see, hit that like button and subscribe. I'd love to share this journey with you. Thank you for coming, and I hope you enjoyed yourself.